Picture this. You're wandering through the dense underbrush of a forest, the sun filtering through the canopy, casting dappled light on the ground. Everything seems calm, almost peaceful. But little do you know, you're being watched. All around you, creatures are lurking, perfectly still, perfectly hidden. They're the masters of camouflage, the Houdinis of the natural world, blending in so seamlessly with their surroundings that you wouldn't even know they were there unless they wanted you to. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible world of camouflage. We're talking about how animals disappear in plain sight, and trust me, what they can do is nothing short of mind-blowing. Let's start with the basics. Camouflage isn't just about blending in, it's about survival. In the wild, being seen can be a death sentence. Predators are always on the lookout for their next meal, and prey animals are constantly trying to avoid becoming that meal. So, over millions of years, some animals have developed incredible abilities to vanish into their environments. Whether it's through color, pattern, shape, or even behavior, these animals have perfected the art of disappearing. First up, let's talk about one of the most iconic masters of camouflage, the chameleon. I know, it's the first thing that pops into your head when you think of camouflage, but there's a reason for that. Chameleons are like the poster children of blending in. These little reptiles are famous for their ability to change color, but there's a lot more to it than just turning green to match a leaf. A chameleon's color change is influenced by a variety of factors, including light, temperature, and even their mood. That's right. Chameleons can change color when they're feeling stressed, scared, or ready to fight. But here's the cool part. They don't just change to one solid color. Chameleons can create complex patterns on their skin that mimic the textures and colors of their surroundings. Imagine a chameleon perched on a branch. If it's feeling particularly cautious, it might change to a mix of browns and greens, with little flecks of light and dark to match the bark and leaves. It's not just about hiding, it's about becoming one with the environment. And it's not just their skin that helps them blend in. Chameleons move slowly and deliberately, swaying back and forth like a leaf caught in the breeze, making it even harder for predators to spot them. But the chameleon is just the beginning. Let's move to the ocean, where things get even weirder. Meet the cuttlefish, a creature that takes camouflage to a whole new level. Cuttlefish are like the underwater ninjas of the sea. These cephalopods can change color, texture, and even the shape of their bodies in an instant. They use specialized cells in their skin called chromatophores, iridophores, and leucophores to create a dazzling array of colors and patterns. These guys don't just blend in. They can literally become part of the seafloor. Imagine you're swimming along, and suddenly the sandy bottom ripples and shifts, and a cuttlefish emerges from what you thought was just a patch of sand. Mind blown, right? Cuttlefish are so good at this that they can even mimic the movements of other sea creatures, like crabs or fish, to avoid detection. And here's a fun fact. Some species of cuttlefish can hypnotize their prey by rapidly changing the colors and patterns on their skin. It's like the world's most mesmerizing light show, and before the prey knows it, it's lunch. Now, let's bring it back to land and talk about one of the sneakiest predators out there, the leopard. These big cats are stealthy hunters, and part of what makes them so effective is their incredible camouflage. A leopard's coat is covered in rosettes, those beautiful, irregularly shaped spots that help break up their outline and make them nearly invisible in the dappled light of the forest or the golden grass of the savanna. When a leopard crouches low in the tall grass, its spots blend perfectly with the shadows and light, making it almost impossible to see until it's too late. And leopards aren't the only ones using spots and stripes to their advantage. Zebras, for example, might look like they're dressed in a bold, attention-grabbing outfit, but those stripes are actually a form of camouflage, too. When zebras stand together in a herd, their stripes blend into a confusing mass of lines, making it hard for predators to pick out a single target. It's like trying to spot one person in a crowd when everyone's wearing black and white striped shirts. But camouflage isn't just about color and pattern. Some animals take things to a whole new level by changing their shape or behavior to blend in. Take the leaf-tailed gecko, for example. This little lizard doesn't just look like a leaf, it actually becomes one. Its body is flat and leaf-shaped, with skin flaps that break up its outline, making it look exactly like a dried leaf hanging from a branch. And it's not just the shape that's convincing. The gecko can also change its color to match the exact shade of the leaves around it. Add in the fact that it stays perfectly still during the day, and you've got an animal that's practically invisible. Then there's the mimic octopus, which is like the ultimate shapeshifter of the animal world. This clever cephalopod can change not only its color and texture but also its shape to mimic other animals. It can stretch out its arms and flatten its body to look like a flatfish, or it can tuck in its arms and slither along the seafloor like a venomous sea snake. The mimic octopus doesn't just hide. It pretends to be something else entirely, fooling predators into thinking it's something dangerous or inedible. Speaking of pretending, we can't forget about the stick insect, which has taken the art of disguise to the extreme. Stick insects look so much like twigs or branches that even the most observant predator could easily pass them by. They've got long, thin bodies, and they even hold their legs out in front of them to complete the illusion. And when the wind blows, they'll sway gently, just like a twig caught in the breeze. It's the ultimate game of hide and seek, and the stick insect is a master player. But camouflage isn't just for hiding. Some animals use it to hunt, too. Take the stonefish, for example. This deadly fish lies motionless on the seafloor, blending perfectly with the rocks and sand. Its rough, mottled skin makes it look exactly like a piece of coral or a rock, so unsuspecting prey swim right up to it, not realizing the danger until it's too late. The stonefish doesn't need to chase its prey. It just waits for lunch to come to it. Another predator that uses camouflage to hunt is the praying mantis. These insects are expert ambushers, sitting perfectly still on a leaf or branch, waiting for an unsuspecting insect to wander by. Their green or brown coloring makes them almost invisible against the foliage, and when a tasty morsel gets too close, the mantis strikes with lightning speed, grabbing its prey with its powerful forelegs. It's a deadly combination of patience and precision. But it's not just insects that have mastered the art of ambush. The jaguar, one of the most powerful predators in the jungle, also relies on its camouflage to catch its prey. Jaguars have a coat covered in rosettes, similar to leopards, but their pattern is even more complex, with spots within the rosettes that help them blend into the dense, shadowy undergrowth of the rainforest. Jaguars are solitary hunters, and they use their camouflage to get as close to their prey as possible before launching a surprise attack. With a single, powerful bite, they can crush the skulls of their prey, making them one of the most efficient hunters in the animal kingdom. But camouflage isn't just about hiding from predators or ambushing prey. Some animals use it for a completely different purpose, attracting a mate. Take the peacock flounder, for example. This flatfish can change its color and pattern in an instant to blend in with the seafloor, but it also uses its camouflage to show off. During mating season, the male flounder will flash bright, iridescent colors to attract a female. It's like the fish version of a peacock's tail feathers, but with the added bonus of being able to disappear when danger is near. Another master of mating camouflage is the male superb lyrebird, which has one of the most complex and beautiful mating displays in the bird world. The lyrebird's tail feathers are shaped like a lyre, and during courtship, the male will fan out his tail and mimic the sounds of the forest, including the calls of other birds, camera shutters, and even chainsaws. The visual display, combined with the impressive vocal mimicry, makes the male lyrebird nearly impossible to ignore. But here's the kicker. He performs this entire show while camouflaged against the forest floor, blending in so well that if you're not paying attention, you might just miss it. And let's not forget about the ultimate camo tactic, disappearing completely. The glass frog, found in the rainforests of Central and South America, has skin so translucent that you can see its internal organs. This incredible transparency allows the frog to blend in with the leaves and branches it sits on, making it almost invisible to predators. It's like nature's version of an invisibility cloak, and it's seriously cool. But perhaps the most fascinating thing about camouflage is how it evolves. It's not just about what an animal looks like, it's about how it interacts with its environment. Over time, animals that are better at blending in are more likely to survive and pass on their genes, leading to some of the most incredible adaptations in the natural world. And it's not just about avoiding predators. In some cases, it's about fooling them completely. There are insects that have evolved to look like bird droppings. Yeah, you heard that right, because who's going to want to eat that? In the end, camouflage is one of nature's most brilliant strategies. It's a game of hide and seek that's been played for millions of years, with animals constantly evolving to become better at blending in and surviving. Whether it's the color-changing chameleon, the shape-shifting cuttlefish, or the stealthy leopard, each of these creatures has mastered the art of disappearing in plain sight. And the best part? There's still so much more to discover. So, the next time you're out in nature, take a closer look. You never know what might be hiding right in front of your eyes.